contract. He is no longer on the team. The Detroit Lions released him to save some money for the cap because the NFL free agency starts tomorrow at noon. Apologize for this timely live stream, also with on my cell phone. This happened while I'm not home, and this is a big time move. Also yesterday, the Detroit Lions re-signed pass rusher Marcus Davenport. So we have a re-signing and a release of Za'Darious Smith. What are the Detroit Lions doing here? Are they preparing to make a signing for free agency pass rush tomorrow? Hopefully that is the case. Is far better. I don't know what's going on. I'm just telling you right now that the Detroit Lions have released Za'Darious Smith. Now, are the Detroit Lions, they went and saved money, are they going to get another pass rusher here at NFL free agency? What is going on, guys? Yes, we saved $11 million. Yep. Trade for next. What's up, guys? Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. We're good. I'm literally just found this out, and I'm live streaming off my cell phone, so I do apologize the quality right now. So they're saving money. That's why they released Za'Darious Smith. Now with this release, I fully expect the Lions to sign a pass rusher that's on the free agent market. You're not going to go ahead and release a guy to not bring a new individual on this defensive line. Remember what our new defensive coordinator said. They're focusing on this defensive line. They re-signed Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport it's an incentive-based contract, $4.5 million or 4.75, very close there. An incentive base. Is this going to be the end-all be-all move? No. Why is that? Because they're bringing reinforcements. Am I big into the Davenport re-signing? No, not big into it. He's just going to be a depth guy. With the release of Za'Darious Smith, I fully believe the Lions are going to bring in somebody in free agency. They're not going to go to the NFL draft with just having Marcus Davenport as well as just going for a draft pick. They will bring somebody else now with this release, and that's exactly what I think when I seen this move. And or they're going to take the money and help out with Carlton Davis. That's another option. They're saving money for a reason. So I know a lot of people are a little bit upset about this release, and I would initially, you look at it and you're like, what are they doing? It's probably because they're bringing somebody else on. That is exactly what I expect. Dennis, are you talking about me? Wasn't Davenport a starter last year? He was a starter until he injured himself week 2 and was out for the year. Well, again, I'm not big on this signing. I'm going to keep it a buck. But it's just a depth backup player. That's fine. You can't rely on him. There's no way you can rely on him. And with the release, though, of Smith, I fully expect them to bring somebody else on. Again, could it be also the idea of them saving money and using it towards Carlton Davis? That is also possible because last that we heard, they were off by $3.5 million. I have absolutely Coach Walk 337. I have zero idea on who the Detroit Lions potentially will sign. Zero idea. This has been an offseason of moves that, quite frankly, is what Brad Holmes does, things to save money, and it's not the normal. So it's really difficult to understand what they're going to do. No amount of money. Eagles would cook us up. Yep, Landers on edge. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to, just because they released Za'Darious Smith, they're going to take that and just for an edge. They could be using it, again, to get somebody else, maybe a Carlton Davis. So are the Lions trading for Trey Hendrickson? I've heard no real legitimate anything about Trey Hendrickson. Seriously, the Lions are meeting with Trey Hendrickson. I would like to see a report on that because I have not seen anything on there. Let's see, he's not signing a big name. Yeah, Shift, I don't think he's going to sign a gigantic name. I never was saying he's going to sign a giant name, but it could be a re-signing of Carlton Davis, too. That's another option there. Remember, they're saving about $11 million in the release of Za'Darious Smith. So before we all go crazy on this specific move here of the release of Za'Darious Smith, understand there's going to be a reciprocal move. So Brad Holmes is not just cutting guys just to cut guys. Okay. This is not a matter of a full slate. They 100% Davenport's not a starter, and I concur with you absolutely. And he got a contract that is incentive based 4.5. I'm not big happy about that move, but I would not get upset about the release of Za'Darious Smith. Now I'm going to assume they're going to utilize that money for something. And again, they're going to get this. They're going to replenish the edge. We are greatly appreciate your service. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, and I do apologize. This is on my cell phone. This came out of nowhere. Again, it just broke, and that's why I went on here. Yes, he's 100% injury prone, and I agree. Go on my Facebook. Check my Facebook out. I was very critical of the re-sign of Marcus Davenport because, in my opinion, you cannot rely on him at all as a starter. But with that, just because they re-sign him or Za'Darious Smith, it doesn't mean that they're not gonna bring another individual on. The release of Za'Darious Smith again, as I'm going through these comments, is saving money. I wish the players would wear mouthpieces. Davis broke his jaw, and Branch also missed time because they hit hard. I don't know necessarily a mouthpiece is going to stop the breaking of a jaw. Could they bring back Za'Darious Smith on a cheaper deal? I mean, they could. It's not probably going to happen. Why would they? I don't see that happening. Draft a couple of edges. They're definitely going to draft. Look, you know how they are, right? They have some players that are considered quote-unquote edges, and they're 298 pounds who can play also interior. So I see a situation where they may get a 265 guy and a 295 guy. Not necessarily just a considered straight edge. So that'd be considered, I guess, a double up. But they're going to get an edge and pass rusher, and I fully expect it now at 28. Did you talk to One Bar and Lupicus? I have not talked to One Bar and Lupicus. Who is your guest that they go and get? Who's my guest? My guess is I have no idea, Antonio Jenkins. I have no idea. No idea. They have been so quiet in this free agency. Brad Holmes has. The deal of Derek Barnes out of nowhere, right? It was just out of the blue. The release of Smith out of the blue, the re-sign out of the blue. So it's really difficult, man. Like, they keep it so quiet. Are you sick? I understand if you want to keep your business, but no, I'm not at my house. I'm on my cell phone. I'm not at my house. Again, it's lighting, folks. I'm not sick or anything. Davenport's a rotating piece. Yeah, he's on the back end, and I tell you what, he better be. But don't think that the re-signing of Davenport was the reason they released Za'Darious Smith. I need help with my mock draft. We'll talk about. Look, we're going to get into free agency starts tomorrow, so definitely going to be there. Here's the thing that Brad Holmes said in the interview local he loves NFL draft picks. Yes. Will the Lions make big moves come Monday? I don't believe they're going to make big moves. I think they'll make moves, B-list players, but maybe they do. It's impossible to know, but I'm just going on years past, and I don't see it happening. They want to focus on their guys, right? They brought back Derek Barnes. They're going to, at some point, pay Aiden Hutchinson because Myles Garrett just got paid buku money, $40 million a year, so they're going to want to work on that. They're going to say they got to be able to focus on their own guys, and that's why I've been saying, it's probably B-list free agents and re-signing their own guys. Would you consider Sawyer at 28? Yeah, I would. Yeah, man, I want pass rush. And look, he's relentless. I would. I want Khalil Mack. I would love Khalil Mack as well. That was my number 2 guy I would like to get in free agency was Khalil Mack, so I'm with you. I would love to get that. Let's see. Bosa to a 1-year deal. That's what you would like to see. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Joey Bosa. There's rumors that the 49ers would like to have him next to his brother. I would take Joey Bosa at this point. We need some bodies on the defensive line. See, they said Myles Garrett wanted to play for a Super Bowl contender. Yeah, he just wanted that. It was all about the money. It's all about the money. Again, I didn't think the Lions would trade for him because I didn't think Cleveland would trade him away. Lions need a... What the hell? Lions do not need a full rebuild. That's crazy. They're... What? This team is ready to compete right now. It's not even close. They are ready to compete right now. I really like your show. If that's the best, I have the other one. I like yours, number one. Thank you so much. I'm not confident in pass rush. I'm not right now. But I expect them to get some pass rush. They will get it. They must get it. Again, last year they revamped the secondary. I think they do that with the pass rush this year. Maybe they save that money and they put some money towards Carlton Davis. That's possible. We don't know yet. So I'm not going to get too upset until I see what the reciprocal move is going to be. They're preparing because free agency starts tomorrow. If you got any questions, throw it in the comments. I just went live here seeing that Za'Darious Smith was cut by the Detroit Lions and going over. You'll see Henderson for a hooker and a first. No, because rumor is that Trey Hendrickson is late second-round pick. Hope James Pierce Jr. rumors are about attitudes are concerning, but if there's a culture locker room guy strong for him, they're not going to take a bad locker room guy. Sometimes players are released to be resigned or at a better deal, but already said goodbye on Twitter. Yeah, he's not coming back. I like Kenneth Grant at 28 or a later pick. Hendon Hooker trade or stay this year. I don't see him getting traded right now. I just don't understand right now, but maybe the Jets, we don't know the plan with the Jets. Maybe the Jets want a quarterback, right? And they would like to get one. I don't know, but as of right now, I don't think so. I would go with Hendrickson for a second-round pick, but the Lions, I just don't believe they're going to make that move. We won't give up a third for Hendrickson. Could be a gentleman's agreement and re-signing. Who knows? I think it's unlikely. What's up, Josh Jackson, though? I appreciate you in the building. I like Sawyer, but only if we trade down in the first. I don't mind trade downs. Trade ups or trade downs, as long as the value is right, I'm all about trade up or trade downs. Where do you think Aaron Rodgers goes? Watch him go to Minnesota. Watch. I could see that situation happening. Let's see. He said he was not restructuring his contract, and he's gone. The dead cap hit 26-27 for Zach Smith is enough for a reason for Brad. He broadcasted it on X. Josh, he's not coming back. Yeah, he's not coming back. 100%. And we'll see what they're gonna do. I'm really excited for free agency because the Lions are getting moves. I just want, if the Lions can bring back Carlton Davis, I would consider it a success in free agency. I just want, they could get him back. That would be really good. Then beef up this defensive line in the draft and in a little bit in free agency. Just completely build this trenches. We need the trenches to be complete. Smith is old, but he was still producing. So I can understand why. And he was a fan. A lot of fans liked him. But again, we got to see what the reciprocal move is. I'm not going to get upset until we see what the reciprocal move is. Remember, they're dealing with cap ramifications. They're trying to negotiate with Carlton Davis. There's many reasons of why they could have done this. Can the Vikings make the playoffs this season? Yeah, they can make the playoffs this season. Yeah, they're a good team. The whole NFC North is a good team. Every team in the NFC North is a good team. Lions should re-sign Carlton Davis and Kevin Zeitler. Yeah, That'd be great. That'd be great. I do believe Zeitler resigns, by the way, 100%. If we keep injury-prone player, we can't stay on the field. But if we cut a guy who is producing, we have to cut him. Yeah, we got to see what the reciprocal move is. Just because we can't say one is effective of the other. Just because we resign one in the release of the other doesn't mean that they released him because of it. It could be because they're going to use this money for other purposes. He says J.J. McCarthy starts this year. You know, that would be smart for them. But isn't it crazy, though, that we hear rumors that the Vikings are trying to bring Sam Darnold back, so maybe they don't believe he's ready or something? That's just my theory of why, you know, because if they were ready to roll on with JJ, in which I think they should, I personally would do that, why do they want to bring Sam Darnold back then? I don't know. They have to let McCarthy start. Hey, look, dude, I'm with you, man. I swear, if I'm that team, I would do it that way. I was just starting to like the idea of Davenport Smith splitting time. Ramon, the new age. You know how I already feel about the resigning of Davenport, but just because they release Smith, it doesn't mean that they're not going to beef up the defensive line. Again, it doesn't mean anything on that part. 2-year deal on Darnold that only makes sense. I don't want Tim Patrick to walk. Yes, I want Tim Patrick back as well. See, these are the things we also got to understand. There's other free agents that we got to try to re-sign that we have. Hey, smash that like button. We got 30 likes here. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Yeah, Shift, I doubt it's for Hendrickson as well. I'm with you. I think it's more of our own guys. And maybe there is another edge rusher out there that they're going to consider to sign at noon tomorrow. And by the way, we're going to be ready for the free agency. So we're going to be getting this thing going, and we're going to have at it. I think I'm just going to go live. I think I'll just be live for a couple hours just off my cell phone or whatever, or maybe at my house. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But, yeah, after what happened to Garrett today, press the 3 dots in the upper right. Thank you, Josh Jackson. Yeah, the Hendrickson's going to get paid. See, and that's the thing, folks. He's going to get paid. He's wanting some money, too. He's 30 years old. Yep, tomorrow is going to be a big day. Big day, folks. It's going to be a big day. We need to get pass rush, though. So the release of Za'Darious Smith, in my opinion, it frees up money, and they're either trying to bring back Carlton Davis or their own guys, right, like the Tim Patricks, or they potentially could be looking at a Khalil Mack or something like that for Mondays. We don't know. Everything has been completely quiet in the realm of the Detroit Lions. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, they keep a lid on everything. It is really hard to find legit information and rumors for this. It's very hard. When's free agency start tomorrow? Noon. Noon, that's when they can talk. They can't officially sign till 3 days later, but that's where the agents can talk. If you could choose who the Lions would sign a trade for an edge, who would it be? Look, I want the Lions to get a pass rush. If I could do a Trey Hendrickson trade for the Lions' 60th pick, I'd do it. Are they going to do it? I don't think so. The Vikings got smoked by the wounded Lions team. And hopefully we are healthy. Hopefully we are healthy this year. Draft is next month. Are you excited? I'm super excited for it because I am ready to see what the Detroit Lions going to do. We shall see what the corresponding move is going to be. Shout out to Mr. Detroit City. How do you feel about Ben Johnson leaving? I figured he would at some point become a head coach. How do I feel him going to Chicago? Not too good about that. I'm pretty salty about it. And he taking shot at Jared Goff and the Lions' Aaron Glenn, so I'm not too happy about Mr. Ben Johnson. I call Huge calls him Benedict Johnson in honor of Benedict Arnold. Friday, people are going to be super. Yep, sign Joey Bosa, draft Jack Sawyer, draft Landon. Dude, Mr. Detroit City, you on fire, my friend. With Garrett getting an extension, how do you feel about Trey from Cincinnati? He's going to get a big extension as well, if he gets traded. And I would love to have him, but I just don't see it happening. Chicago, if they did, I'll be so happy. Chicago will lose like always. Ben Johnson's going to do all the talking to go 4-13. They're going to be better than 4-13, guys. As you can tell, they are attempting to build that offensive line, and that is their team's going to be better than it was last year. I know, I'm not a Bears fan at all. I think the Lions are better than they are for sure, but I think they're better than last year's Chicago Bears. We'll see though, right? What if he does bum out? That would be great. I hope he becomes like a Josh McDaniels. That would be hilarious. He ends up being a terrible coach. That would be the best. Do you think that we might get a few players in free agency and we're making rooms? Yes, there's what I potentially. Yes, exactly. I've been saying this the whole time. Thank you for the commenting. Yes. They save $11 million. It could be for Carlton Davis, could be for like a Tim Patrick, or could be for other free agents on the market. We don't know yet. Levi Muzurike, right? Could be that, Samuel. We don't know. We just because they release the players doesn't mean that they're going to be not doing another move. So I think that's what it's all about. With the 28th pick, I'm about getting. First off, I don't think we're going to be sitting at the 28th pick. Let's keep it a buck. We're always trading up and down. I don't know if they trade up or down. There's a lot of depth and pass rush this year on the defensive line. So maybe they do trade back. That would be kind of dope, and they pick up some more defensive linemen. But this draft is going to go defensive line heavy early. We don't know who's going to be there at 28. But I want pass rush. Yeah, I don't mind trading up or down. If a value of a trade is good, I'm all for it. It's all about value. Zach J says, don't worry about pass rush. We have Davenport. Oh, man. We're not relying on Davenport. If we rely on Davenport, that would be a huge mistake. That would be a gigantic mistake. That'd be a dumb mistake. I don't see Calvin Shepard relying on Davenport. Ay. Injury report. That's a great name. That is a great name. Folks, I'm going to get off here off the live stream. Thank you for tuning in. Again, breaking news. The Lions release Za'Darious Smith. If there's anything else that breaks, I'll drop it. Why not? With that said, folks, I got to be able to turn this thing off, and I don't even know how. Adios.